We've got a big topic today, and it's called, well, anybody can be a cash buyer. And we're talking about that hot market out there. So let's bring in a Home Connect TV expert, Cyndy Tomassetti, broker associate at Engel and Vokers, and of course, one of our Home Connect TV real estate professionals. And she's here with all these exciting options. Even if you don't have money, you can still purchase a home for cash. So Cyndy, welcome to the show. Always good to have you. So we know it's a hot market. We've seen the trends emerge because of the limited inventory. So tell us more about that.
Yes, Mike, because of the situation, one of the big emerging trends that we've seen is there are even more cash buyers in the market. According to the Florida Board of Realtors and the local Board of Realtors, over 40% of the transactions year to date in this market were cash. So that's a big increase. Last year at this time, we saw maybe about a quarter of the transactions were cash, and now we are seeing that has greatly increased. So that's not to say that if you aren't a very qualified buyer with financing, you can't still get that offer accepted. If you have a known lender and they can turn around the loan quickly, but cash is king in this market.
Okay, cash is king for sure. And besides being very prepared with your other offer or your offer you're going to have, what other options are there for buyers who don't have that cash?
So there are products available that can turn you into a cash buyer. So let's look at two scenarios. Maybe you have a lot of investments that you don't want to liquidate because you'd be looking at a financial penalty like capital gains. Or you currently own a home that you have to sell first before you can be a cash buyer. So let's say you have at least 40% equity in that home. These programs will do a few things for you. They can either buy your home from you and then you instantly have that cash, or they will give you the cash to purchase that home and you can sell yours later. In some cases, they'll lend you money to renovate your home to bring it up to market standards. Now, they're loan products, don't get me wrong, and there's a transaction fee that's going to be involved. And in some cases, there may be a higher interest rate. So you're paying for that convenience, but you are no longer a contingent buyer. You're that cash buyer. And the good news for you as a buyer is you'll close quickly, just as if you were a regular cash buyer.
Okay, that's very helpful advice. And how can home buyers find out more? Is there anything they need to keep in mind?
Sure. So like I said, with the investments, talk to your tax professional about that. Make sure that's the correct option. A certified agent, an agent who's certified in knock or ribbon or orchard or one of these programs can give you all the information. And if you go to a good mortgage lender, a good licensed mortgage lender, they too can give you the options that you can use to turn you into a cash buyer, or at least the most qualified buyer that you can possibly be.
Okay, so good to know all the options for sure. Cyndy, thank you so much for being on our show as always.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, and remember, hey, check out Home Connect TV. You got to tune in. It's now on 7 days a week with hundreds of homes for sale all across the First Coast.